Hey guys, Prince of Macedon here, and I'm gonna do some post commentary for this Legends of Keepers prologue. And I've already shown two videos for this, but in both of those videos I failed to beat the champions. But in this video, I'm gonna show you how I not only beat the champions the first time, but beat the champions in the last turn, which is I believe week 52, I think. So your first boss that you get to be is the slaveholder, and for the prologue, that's all you get to be is this guy. So you can see his strength are monsters and I think morale. So week one, I'm going to go right into a dungeon fighting against adventurers. But adventurers are your first tier skill level for heroes. You're taking on heroes in this game, but the second tier heroes are the veterans, and then the highest tier heroes are the champions. So in the first phase of the fight, you're gonna lay down your traps, lay down your monsters, and then once you're done doing that, that's when the battle starts. So I'm gonna give you my pointers here on how I beat the prologue, because the first 3 times I tried this, I failed. Like I made one video where I died, and then I did the what do you call it? I don't know if I even played it all the way till I died for the regular video, but for the live stream, I totally died, and it was pretty interesting. So right there's my last character. That's my boss. So what you want to do is you want to kill these heroes before they get to your boss, because your boss does not heal very well. You have to actively heal your boss in between turns. Otherwise, if the heroes do get to the boss, he'll be damaged for the next battle, and if he dies, your game is over. There's like no forgiveness whatsoever. You just die. You can see my first round, I barely did any damage to those guys, and that last girl that I did attack, she regenerated her health. So in my live screen or my live session, I was focusing on physical attacks. Like, it worked well on veterans and it worked well on the adventurers. But the champions, they just, I couldn't beat them. Like, I would get to the last champion, and then they would get the last strike, which killed my guy, my boss. So instead of doing that, now I'm focusing on morale. So you can see I barely damaged their health, but I went right for the morale. The morale is the purple meter below the red meter. Red meter is their physical health, and purple is their morale level. So if you take down their purple, that'll scare them away, and scaring them away is just as effective as killing them. So that was my strategy this time. And some other pointers is that I barely went to the merchant, but I feel like you already have good characters at the beginning, you just got to upgrade them. So the only things I like doing in between, these turns here, you can see, training them or events, I just skip the merchant. I think merchant's a waste of money. So the people I want to train are my characters that can induce morale loss or terror or some kind of fear that'll attack their morale. So again, I'm just skipping the merchants altogether. Now, this is the free version of this game. They told me, Goblin Studios told me, that they were going to release a full version sometime this year, I think. And you can see that there were other bosses that you can use. So for this one, my boss is a slaveholder, which is such a wrong name to be using in today's age. But for slaveholder, yeah, I'm going to just pick units that can target morale. But I am going to use some units that can tank too. Some units that can take damage, like that Sphenoid right there. He's a skeletal spearman, and he can take a lot of damage. Generally speaking. So I'm gonna reject him. I don't have any money. So week 4, I can do a business trip or an event. There, I decided just to go for a business trip, just because I hadn't seen too many of those. But you can see my gold is too low. Oh, sorry. In this one, they're gonna pay me. So yeah, I can pick any of those. And since I didn't really decide to use my skeletal warrior, I decided to send him off, because that skeletal warrior is gonna be gone for a while. The skeleton archer. So I made money off of that. Now I like this skeletal warrior, this one with the hoplite armor. So he's my non-terror unit. He's just gonna tank for my terror units like that guy. So that guy causes demoralization, that flying thing. And here I'm gonna put down a trap, and the bone catapult attacks morale, which is what I prefer, so gonna use that, and then I'm gonna use my money to upgrade traps when I can, and also upgrade my characters when I can. And they actually do give you quite a bit of money if you beat these adventurers, but if you beat veterans, you get even more money. If you beat champions, you get a lot of money, and a lot of cooler things too. All right, so that was the end of my my deployment phase. Now we're gonna fight, and you can see it's turn-based. So as I said, well, I was saying my skeletal warrior takes a lot of damage, but he just died in the first round there. But at least they didn't attack my terror units here. So see that guy's morale? It went down like, what, 40% right there? That's good. And then that was a widespread morale attack, and it's going to affect their morale over the next few turns. And that one attacked their health. But see that purple meter going down now? And this is just my first screen, so yeah, I want to take these characters out before they get to my boss. I want my boss to be untouched when he finally does face champions. Generally speaking, the champions will get to your boss. These heroes, I mean these adventurer heroes don't usually. The veterans could get to your boss. And again, you don't want your boss taking damage because he does not heal between rounds like your characters do. I mean, he does, but not as fast. So that's my trap, and that attacked their morale. So you see how low the morale is? Like, I don't care what their health is. See, that guy goes bye-bye. And here, my boss can select a spell without taking any damage to himself. So I'm going to go for Intimidation, which doubles a morale loss. So in the next round, that girl's going to go bye-bye. She did not even make it to my boss. So that guy only does physical attacks. So I'm just trying to see what has more damage. And there's poison in that too, so it's a good long-term damage. So my next strike is going to be a physical attack. This one should kill her. Yep. So yeah, if I do see a physical attack that can potentially take their health out or kill them, then I'll take the physical attack. But my strategy, first and foremost, this time around is focus on morale. So there I went for the money because I can upgrade my traps now. And I want to upgrade my traps that either, you know, go for demoralization or causes morale loss. That one causes morale loss and a rage. But I went for the morale loss specifically for that one. But basically I'm going for traps that, you know, attack the morale. So because the heroes have to go through, what, 5 or 6 rooms, those little attacks on the morale, it does add up. So when they do get to the last room, then they're pretty much done for if you focus on one type of attack. But sometimes you don't have the characters to do that. But I don't want to waste money on buying characters because I'd rather train a unit than buy a new character. Unless it's a really cool character, then I'll buy it. But I think in this session I do buy 1 or 2 units. Alright, so here I'm taking on veterans. So the veterans are a bit better than your typical adventurers. So that rally horn will target the morale and give my next set of monsters a ×3 attack, I think. It's something like that. So the bone catapult attacks the morale. It's a very intimidating piece of machinery. And again, my skeletal warrior does no terror whatsoever, but these guys do some terror. So I might be repeating myself, but yeah, you want to keep your boss untouched as much as possible. Like, I'm sure you could beat the champions with physical attacks, but I think it's a lot easier to do it with the fear morale hits. So that guy's morale went down real low with that. That was a personal one-on-one direct scare attack. And that attack took out 2 of my warriors. And there goes my 3rd warrior. So they make it to this guy. So again, the veterans will get pretty far, but that one is going bye-bye. This is morale dropped too low. And then now they have to take on this room full of bruisers here. So that guy's going to cause widespread damage there. And that's going to cause... what do I go for? Nightmare? That's going to cause morale double loss as well. So it doesn't look like much, but yeah, over the next few turns, it does add up. So when you're playing these battles in the dungeons or wherever, think long term, think attritional damage. At least that's how I approach this one. Because there are units that you can use for physical damage. Some units work better than others on specific type of units. It just depends on the matchup. But I feel like all units are pretty vulnerable to morale. So Scream of Terror will take out his morale. And he goes bye-bye. So again, I kept even the veterans from touching my boss. So you can see I'm getting some cooler things here. A Totem of Strength, a Loyalty card, or a Mysterious Screwdriver. So some of these things, even though they don't cost money, they are pretty rare and valuable. So I'll have 172 gold pieces. So yeah, that one costs 200 to upgrade. That's a level 1 unit. So pretty much they're all too expensive to upgrade with just 172 gold. So unfortunately, I think this is kind of a drawback. If I leave this room, that costs me my turn for that week. So I'm to week 12 now, and I didn't accomplish anything. So I kind of hope they fix that. But I feel like if you don't do anything that turn, I don't think you should lose that turn. So the workout will increase whatever a stat for your boss character. So there is a regeneration thing, but I'm too low on blood for that. So yeah, different things cost different values. So that one takes gold and blood. That one just takes blood, and that one takes blood and gold. So week 14, going to take on more adventurers here. I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I ended my turn. So yeah, my bone catapult's level 2 now, so that thing is a pretty well-oiled machine now. But level 3 is where the money's at. So if I can, I'm gonna upgrade that to level 3. So I do like the rally horn a lot, because that'll increase my next unit's attack. But I think most people see physical damage and don't see past physical damage, so they just focus on that. That's what I did my live stream. Like, it'll get you so far, but then you die. So there, look at that. That physical attack did a lot of damage to that fire attacker right there. So I can use a physical attack on that guy with the fire in his hands, because that would weaken him more and faster than targeting his morale. But that doesn't stop my general strategy, which is to attack morale. So there goes that guy. So I chose that one because it kills the last guy. And that was just a physical attack. So, what do you guys think of this game? I mean, I know it looks simple, but it's surprisingly addictive and super fun. And I definitely appreciate the aspect of controlling the monsters and villains. But in my live stream, I made the comment that who really is the villain here, because the heroes are breaking into my home and trying to take stuff from me. I'm simply defending my home. So I kind of think that makes me the hero and then the bad guys. But I guess in the traditional sense of what a bad guy is and looks like, I am that role. So there's one hero left. So Burning Whip takes out like almost 50%. And Intimidation will take out the morale. And I think that's a more... that's a cooler route to take. Because her morale's so low already, and she's probably going to run away at the start of this turn, I believe. Alright, actually get the first turn here, so yeah, I'm going to challenge her. And there is a... some kind of event, or I forget what it was, but I can upgrade my my attacks on my king, or on my boss, so I can upgrade my Whiplash, or my Intimidation, or my Challenge factor. So I get 391. I definitely want to take training. I think training is one of the strongest things you can do. If you have the money for it. But also effective, but not, doesn't really help. Well, it does, but is plundering. Plundering gives you money. The events are hit and miss. Events, you can, typically, you can lose stuff. You can lose a character that you just paid a lot of money for. You can lose them for a few weeks. You can lose them indefinitely. So yeah, always look at your money aspect before you pick an event, because again, if you don't use anything in that turn, you've ended that turn and you don't get to go back. And right now, since we're going up to week 52, I want to make sure I'm taking advantage of all my turns and not wasting them on a refuse or reject or ignore feature. I always want there's something constructive to be happening per turn. So there I ignored a situation, and that cost to be one of my characters. So it's not always good to ignore something. You might think you can get away with it, but there you can see that I did not get away with that. I think I had two people brawling, and because I ignored it, they killed each other. Or they killed... one of them got killed. Place your monsters, gentlemen. Place your bets. Ugh. I must have been talking or texting. That'll explain that little pause right there. Yeah, if I'm making a video, I will have my phone nearby because... well, I always have my phone nearby, but I want to make sure I don't miss messages from my friends or whoever. Exodius! Expecto Exodius! Look at that beautiful bone catapult, level 2. Look at my lovely boss in the end, still untouched from these dungeon runs. I feel like since I have home field advantage, I should get first attack on these guys. Because my characters have very crap hit points. They're very low armor. So you can see my last guy's about to bite it. So luckily he lives to scream again. So at least want to target the morale before he bites the dust. So there, boom. Lose that dungeon right there, or that room. But look at the morale, how low it is now. And here my boss gets to use an indirect spell against these guys. It's actually pretty direct. Ooh, he's going right for my my Achilles heel there. So those first attacks took my guys down to like 50%. Which is pretty incredible. But yeah, I scared one hero away. Not really a hero, is he? Or she? Yeah, I decided to go for that, but the other one is only good for attacking 2 people. It's not quite as strong as a focus attack, like the one I picked. Look at that lovely morale go dropping, guys. It's lovely and it's dropping. Boink. Look at that hothead. Oh shoot, sorry guys. So I got my treasures. So I can pick a succubus there. Or I can get more money. So yeah, you can see I valued the money more. Now if that character had been a terror character, I probably would have picked it. Alright, you just keep watching. I gotta answer this message, but I'm gonna keep the video rolling here. So this is a plunder run, and you can see what the risk of injury is, because you can lose a character indefinitely if the plunder run goes wrong. So I want to pick one that has less chance of my character getting damaged, but that also entails less treasure. Wah wah! Look at that level 3 rally horn, guys. That is ultimate. Ultimate rally action. And I got 2 level 2 characters here. My Sphenoid, Aurora, and well, whatever. Rock Art, Exodius. And look at that, a level 3 bone catapult. So what's my strategy, guys? Attack the morale and keep my boss out of it if humanly possible. Like, the boss should only get his hands dirty if he's dealing with champions. Ideally, not even get his hands dirty against them. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen when they release other levels for this, because that might change how I think about my strategy. But for the prologue, I definitely, you know, want to, you know, go for features that target morale. And I don't know why the music's playing. Like, I even disabled the audio for music. But whatever. We'll just hope YouTube doesn't get upset at me. Because I have over 100 videos that are flagged for copyright. It's really annoying. A lot of those are flagged from websites that were made for making music for YouTube. And I have the license for those music pieces, but YouTube will automatically detect it, report it, and then probably put a claim on it without even thinking that, hey, I already have a claim on this too. I mean, I already have a license for it. It's paid for. But look at those heroes running away. Not like heroes, but like cowards. So this is definitely a good round for me. See how well it's going already? It's just one more character. So here I can attack morale or HP because they're about the same amount of damage right now. So you gotta be flexible, ideally. And she go bye-bye. Soon anyways. Yeah, either attack would have sent her away. But she did. But look at these cool things. So the first one has a trap increase chance for something. But that one, 20% chance of enraged, which increases their attack power. So 228 gold. I can train 1 unit in trainer. Plunder, I can get more gold. And event is unpredictable, so I went for the trainer there. Because I can upgrade 1 unit here. But I think I choose not to because I don't want to waste money on that little goblin thing. Yeah, I actually choose not to, and that's a wasted turn, I believe. Yep. Wasted turn. Should have went for the plunder to get a little bit more gold. But technically I could have upgraded that little goblin. See, that one costs, what is water and? Is that water? That blue one? I don't know what that represents. Water, blood. Those two are water and blood, but the third one is just water. Ooh, potion of evolution. So that was the score right there for that event. I got lucky, and that leveled up my my skeletal spearman to level 3, and that is very desirable. Again, he doesn't attack terror, but he's a good tank unit. He can take some punishment. So there I got some gold. And here, voila, I get to fight champions now. Because remember my live session? I went through 2 sessions and I died both times to champions here. So this was a deciding moment here to see if I can take on champions. And so yeah, my strategy, focus on morale. Because the physical damage was not... It was just cutting it too close. I felt like I had a theory that if I just went for the morale, they would run away faster. Unfortunately, I don't get to use my upgraded units in this room. My upgraded traps. Like my rally horn or my my catapult thing. So very unfortunate. And again, if those champions do kill my boss, that's it, game over. But if you've been watching, you already know that I managed to beat these guys. Oh, now that's a true champion. That first attack wiped out my Dementor in the back, or whatever they're called. So I'm gonna go right to work on the morale. Because each of those champion strikes are deadly. Look at that. That almost killed my guy there. So I want to get my hits in when I can before they die. So luckily this guy's going to get off his Scream of Terror before he dies. And boom, I lost my flying unit and I lost my monster. But at least I got some attacks out before they bit the dust. Now, unfortunately, this is my trap unit there. That does not attack morale. It damages them. It damages their blood level, though. But I guess it's better than nothing. So that last character, the third one, or the first one right there on the left, that health is really low. So strategy is working, but I just lost another unit without them having launched any kind of attack. So that's a real bummer right there. So I was really at a conundrum there. Should I go for Fire Column? But that would take out like 30% of her health. But there I opted for a widespread morale attack. But it was very tempting to use that fire spell, because that would have brought down that first character there a lot down. But look at my game plan, it's working. That purple meter is going really low. You just gotta have faith with your game plan and stick with it if you see that it's working. Have faith that it'll kind of work, hopefully. So they're all still alive. So my boss is going to take some damage here. But look at that, one hero gone. One champion gone. So yeah, this challenge would scare away that first character there. So boom. Now it's just that, I don't know what that is. Some kind of earth wizard. Some kind of enchantress. But since her health is so low, I went for the whiplash. So yeah, I was flexible. Now look at this. Here I saw this character. I'm like, I have to have that character, the one on the left. That thing looks baller. Again, I typically don't like buying characters, but if it's a special one like this, I will get it. And plus it's free too. Like the alternative was that character in the middle. But I think the one on the left is a really awesome choice. This one causes the incineration jumps to another hero if whatever. So I have 782 gold. That's enough to train. But, you know, my boss is kind of damaged. I could have went to the doctor if I wanted to. But I want to upgrade that guy, mind you, and that costed a lot of gold pieces for that upgrade. I guess because he's such a cool character, he costs more money to upgrade. And here I can train Exodius to level 3. Very excellent. So we're actually halfway through the prologue, a little bit more than halfway. So I went to the alchemists, and I can pick one of these to do. Oh, I work out. Follow the leader, leader, leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader, leader, leader. All right. So yeah, if you can choose between adventurers or veterans, I always try to choose a higher opponent because, again, that yields more reward if you do so. But if you don't think you're ready to fight champions, then don't do it, because if they kill your boss, you're dead. So you could get the option to fight something lesser, like a veteran. Core dude. Bow catapult. So sad. That guy didn't really give any damage. My Hoplite skeleton. But again, you can look at it this way. He took the damage. That could have went to my terror unit. So hey, he took one for the team. I like this lineup. Looks like Assassin's Creed, Princess Bride, and Xena Warrior Princess I'm fighting against. And the girl's the Warrior Princess now. Up next is the Dread Pirate Scott from the Princess Bride, and he wipes out my Batman. But here goes my level 3 Rally Horn. And I'm so excited right now because I can use Mind You, that new character that I got from beating champions. So two of my characters go down. I can try my incineration here. And look how strong that was. It was strong. And he can take a hit. Look at that. He does not have a glass jaw like my other guys did. So I wiped out a hero, and then she wipes out my guy. But now Miss Assassin's Creed has to deal with my boss, and my boss casts a attack which wipes her out. Boom, dead and gone. So there is a succubus right there, but you know what? Gold, baby. But I can train, or I can use the engineer. So 370 gold is enough to even upgrade a level 2, I believe. Except for that one was a little too expensive. But this is such a higher level character. So yeah, beating champions definitely has its perks. But the biggest downside is your game can end if they kill your boss. So that one has a 75% chance of losing a character. That's 50%. So I'm gonna go with a 25% chance of a loss. And I did get an employee injured. I was so upset because that was the big character I got from beating champions. So he's injured for, I think, for 2 weeks, which is a real bummer. So I'd like to just stick him out in the front ranks and just keep fighting until he dies. Or I guess until I find something better, because they don't die. Only your boss dies. That an unfortunate event. I have to fire one of my engineers, it looks like. Ha 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 ha. So now I got 2 rally horns. So one's level 3, the other's entry level at 1. And of course I picked out my level 3 unit. It'd be dumb not to. Nivrar. That's gonna be a tough room for them. That one even tougher. So level 3 rally attack. And that's really a room for free attack, so I'm happy with it. You know, again, people might not think much of it because the damage is so low. Or non-existent. But it does add up, as I said earlier. So Freezing Breath, it will reduce their speed by 40. Which I haven't really quite figured out what that actually means. I feel like when I do that on a unit, they still get their character turn. So I don't know. Maybe it increases my chance of a deflection, maybe? Or a miss? I don't know. But I just lost my Yeti. So cool thing with Impalement, it attacks the first character and hits the back character too. Wait, was it Impalement? I forgot. Might have been the other one. Scream of Terror, and that first hero is down to about, what, 30% energy left? Or health? I mean, morale health. Alright, lost that round, so another chance to attack the morale. And I got these 3 guys waiting. The odds are stacked against these heroes. Goodbye, hero. Mr. Dragon's Lair. Is it Dragon's Lair or Dragon's Slayer? I forgot. I'm pretty old school, and it's been a while since I've seen that game. But it looks like the guy from Dragon's Lair. Dragon Slayer. Oh. A little gargoyle thing took that hit. Come here, scaredy pants. Fear of the Dead. Goodbye, Storm. And that guy goes bye-bye too. So again, I spared my boss from taking any kind of damage. And so these are all upgrades for my boss. So I can upgrade my max life or upgrade my armor. And I want to say I went for the armor here. Did I? Pretty sure I go for the armor. There you go. I feel like that's more of a long-term thing than the other one. Like, I think it was increase her life. If I increase her armor, then that means they can take less damage regardless. So that's why I chose that. Engineer that, man. Oh, I went for the collectors. So I give life, but they... No, yeah, I give life, they give money in return. I give blood, sorry. Are you Yeti? So I got 2 level 3 characters here and 2 level 1s. So between Greegans and Nivrar, I went with Nivrar. I think Nivrar has a stronger physical attack, which is a bit more useful than the Goblin. But the Goblin has his perks too. He can attack the big poison levels. And here I don't have my options for my morale trap units, so I went with that. Circular Assault. Round 1, fight! Man, he like double shanked my guy. And again, Yeti makes no damage whatsoever on the opposing side. But my gargoyle did. Fear of the dead. Fear of Walking Dead reruns is what I have. Another one bites the dust, and another one bites, another one bites, another one bites the dust. Bump, bump, bump. Do, 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 do. Good luck with this for my friends. So that one goes bye-bye before the fires get shot, or shots get fired. Fires get shot. I guess you could shoot a fireplace. You probably wouldn't really do much to it. Oh, Mr. Raiders of the Lost Ark Indiana Jones attacked my Warcraft unit. It's either a Warcraft unit or a Gamorrean guard from Star Wars. Haven't decided yet. It might even be Shrek with a beard. Shrek happens. So Spear Strike causes bleeding, so I figure, hey, if I'm gonna go physical, might as well go with something like that. Cannot believe she survived that. Goodbye, other hero. And there's one hero left, and her morale is so low that this is kind of a joke to me at this point. So, she gone. I am starting to wonder, does scaring them away count the same as killing a unit outright? I don't really know. Alright, so more cards to take that'll increase the skills of my boss. I went with the challenge thing, but that'll increase the morale loss even more if I pick another one, which I did. Bum, 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 bum. I think we're coming down to the. I think I have 2 more dungeons left. The last dungeon being the champion's final attack for the prologue. Oh, look at that. He's level 3. So honestly, I should have repaired that. I didn't read that, but I dumped that thing that was level 3. For just a cost of, what, 200 pieces? I could have repaired it and kept it in my arsenal. So that really hurt my chances of beating champions. And I was really upset that I did that. But I saw it happen in slow motion, and then I was like, why did I just do that? Anyways, taking on veterans. And again, this prologue goes up to week 52, I believe. So... And the 52nd week entails fighting champions. So there's 2 rounds that you fight champions in the prologue. Mine you. Or is it main you? Or is it mine you? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's a Meijin Buu spoof. He just happens to have horns, but his scalar pigmentation looks the same. A cross between Meijin Buu and Armageddon. Or, sorry, Doomsday. So, morale. Oh, she. OSHA. OSHA would not sanction this place for people to fight. I lost my Warcraft guy. That's the one that I wanted to bench, I think. Yeah, he's still a good character. Oh, and he did. So I think Intimidation is the best bet here. It hits all of them, and it scares away one of the heroes, so she can't regenerate anymore. She's just gone completely. And then Rally Horn will increase the attacks on my boss, I believe. I don't really have a quote for that. An official quote for that. Poor veterans though, they have to deal with my skeleton hoplite, my flying gargoyle thing, and Mr. Maison Brûlé, who was given to me from, you know, from beating a champion. I could not miss an opportunity to use that character, so I spent what money I had and bought that guy. But see how much these guys are struggling with just this room? Can you imagine if they went into my boss level? And another one just bit the dust there. Another one bites, another one bites, another one bites the dust. There's more things for my boss, and there's also gold too. There I pick stuff to increase my boss. And now I'm going to spend these next few weeks upgrading. Doing things that are certain to gain success in battle. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 2 more rounds left before I... Okay, 1 more round left before I deal with champions. Excuse me while I check my phone. Again, the video will be running. Alright, so fighting veterans here. Last chance to get more cool things before I fight champions, so yeah. Wanted to make the most out of this, out of these heroes here. Sorry. I'm back. Had to answer that message. Yeah, I did a fun thing today that was pretty much Halloween related. I'm gonna be sketchy and not talk about it anymore. So I don't think I gave the first character a nickname yet, but the last character right there with the sickle sword there looks kind of like a looks kind of like Peter Pan meets Link from Legend of Zelda. The second character looks like Indiana Jones from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then that third character I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Scare them away! Scare them away! But look at these veterans struggling with just these minor characters of mine. And again, their health is great, but their morale, not so great. There goes one. And with intimidation, I can totally, you know, knock another one out. Or no, maybe not. But they will be knocked out soon. More morale hits, and then here comes my rally horn, which scares her away. And again, they're not even in my last room yet. But this guy gets to see more action now. Is that mine you or whatever? In the front, that is. Not that goblin thing. That goblin thing only does poison damage, which is cool. But if I'm focusing on morale, then it could help me. It definitely doesn't hurt me, that's for sure. Have some flame on your head, Link, Peter Pan. Goodbye, Peter Pan. So with that, I can get more abilities for my boss. I feel like challenge would deserve the most. Wait, I didn't pick challenge, did I? So, last chance to upgrade or train. And I got the money for training at least one unit. So I'm thinking of what to spend it on, but this is my last go here before I fight the last round of heroes. Leave. So now, this is week 52. This is the last turn for this free version of the prologue. So I was kind of upset. I didn't even get my morale booby traps there. So that's kind of a waste. At least rock arts here. I can go for Nivrar and Cordut, I believe. So 2 of those guys are just physical attacks. I mean, that happens. It's better than not doing any damage at all whatsoever. But also the opponents could strike my non-terror units, and I wouldn't care too much if they did. As long as they can absorb the blows from my opponents here. Alright, so this is it, guys. My last round. Let's see how I do in this this time around. I mean, you already know what I do. And this is basically payback for the live session where I just lost every time I fought champions. But with my new game strategy for attacking morale, yeah, I totally get a hold on these heroes here. So that flame guy in the back would get severely wrecked by physical damage from my Yeti. But unfortunately, my Yeti dead. He was not ready to. He was not Yeti to fight these guys yet. T. He was not Yeti. He was not ready Yeti. But the morale shake from my opponents here. They call themselves heroes, which it's a very subjective term. There was no use in using Whiplash for that room. So this might actually knock out the last person. Yep, there goes Warboy. So champions are down to 2. I think in my live session, I had to deal with all 3 champions with my boss. So yeah, get as much damage as you can against these guys. But I'd be wary what kind of damage you're going for. Here I'm going for, again, morale hits and terror hits. Look at that flame. That fireball actually hurt her a lot, so I went for it instead of going for morale. So I think the spear strike, or that will kill the person in the back, so boom! They're not even on my main boss yet. So I was very cocky, because I knew this one character can't beat my boss. And I know this is my last week, so I know this is it. So I wanted to end this with a bang here. I wanted to come out successfully this time. And look at that, they did not even make it to my boss. That's how good it was. But look at those characters that I could have gotten. That's Ram Gagik versus Doc Cool, or Doc Ghoul. And if I had more turns, I would have went for that first thing. So my dungeon company congratulates me on my career. I made 19,200 gold pieces here. So thanks a lot, person from Futurama. I appreciate that. Just don't put your name in that goblet of ice fire right there. And look out for Hagrid on the bottom. There we go. I said my piece. Thank you for watching. I appreciate this game. It was quite excellent for this this free price. And again, this is free on Steam for the prologue, but later on in the year they will release a full version, and that will not be free, I believe. But stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled, or your ears peeled, for more news on this game. I think that's it for my session here.